Morning. We're actually on our way to a place called Hagar, but we've just stopped here for a little bit of a look around. Seems to have got a change in our weather anyway. So we're going to go have a look in there. So because it's free, we're going to go and have a look. The one thing I will say about Malta is all the parking is free in Malta, which is quite good. As long as you can find a space. So anyway, I think we're going to have a look up at this. I think it gives us a bit of a view.
And it's free.
And it's free, yeah. I don't know if you heard him say that, but this was a police station. Oh god, I don't like these. They're a little bit like what we've got at home.
You wouldn't know that. They're going to know it all.
No.
If you're working Chinese. He's Chinese? Yeah, Chinese. Chinese, okay. You read here and they explain it.
Look out. So it was a police station then. Well, yeah, we're just here to have a bit of a nosy. We probably won't be here long. We've just come up because we can, A, it's free, and B, give you a reasonable view of the sea. Can't believe it was a police station though. So we're going up. Anyway, we've made it up onto the roof. Bit of a cannon there, look. There's some boat trips going there. I think they're going round to what's called the Blue Grotto, is where these are going. There's an awful lot of boat trips going that way. Yeah, if you look, you can see a tower watch over there. That's what it's called, the tower watch. So it's all about fortification. Should probably be one in. I think there's one up on the top of that hill over there as well. That on the other side of this bay, look, that's a World War II bunker. So I wonder if they've done that with the rocks to kind of hide it a little bit from those that are at sea. So it's a tenner each, I think. So we're going to go and have a look at the Blue Grotto, I think. We're on the boat, we're going to have a look at the Blue Grotto. So yeah, last minute decision, the tenner each, so we don't think it was too bad. Although it's quite a bumpy ride. Thought, well, being as we were here, we won't be coming back, so if we're going to do it, then we need to go and get it done. Sitting very low in the water though, I can't tell you. Very clear and very different when we get into it. So like turquoisey colour, I think, or a very, very light colour when we get into the cave. How clear that is. I mean, no idea how deep that is. I think you just said it was 10 metres deep, which is, well, put it this way, though, 3 metres is a length of copper. Wow, look at the water. Pardon? Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Beautiful. 4 metres deep here. Some people getting ready for diving, so I'm presuming they come somewhere around here for that. Like Durdle Door. So this one that we're heading for now is the Blue Grotto itself. So so far weather-wise. Big waters. That we went in before. Well worth it. I think it was quite cheap actually at a tenner each. A really good value. We've done boat trips before and had to pay a lot more for that. Getting a bit bouncy now. Divers about to go in, look. Oh, they're already in there. You can see them. We're on our way to a place called Hagar, which I think dates back to before the pyramids, we believe. But it's a lovely day today. It's the best day we've had. Yeah, and there's the boats which we went for the thing in. We're actually walking around. We've come all the way up this hill, which is pretty steep one, and then we're just going to go around there and then down the hill on that side. So you could just see the pillbox as well on the right. Not sure what that little island's called, if anything, over there. The temple that we're going to go and look at, which is megalithic, the oldest freestanding stone monuments in the world. So that makes them older than Stonehenge. It's showing you how they moved them. And then, although they don't necessarily know that for sure, I think
My thumbnail is with the blue line outside. And that's exactly here, much more than in the other pieces.
there you go.
We're
That's
coming
that
very close to the original puzzle. Is or her actual
human
thumbnail
figure from Hagar, and that's a copy of it.
so we can picture this prehistoric puzzle of 4,500 years ago, leaving his or her mark very clear on the portrait we discovered on the sides.
Okay, there's a bit of a monument here.
So that's it.
This is what it looks like.
What it did look like. Well, what's left of it then, doesn't it?
Yeah. So we think there's 2 temples. So I think, do we go up this way? Yeah, we go this way. So we're going to go and have a look at these temples now. So this is it. So this dates back to before Stonehenge then, if they're it's the oldest. Wow, look at it.
Quite cool.
It's very cool. I think might be worth walking around the outside first, and then we'll come back to this point. Yeah, we'll go this way though because there's no people this side. Not what I expected at all. I can't believe it's still upright. Apparently before they started excavating, only the large ones were on show. No wonder they built the thing to protect it. Seems like a haven for birds. Oh, there, yeah. If you look at the stone, that's kind of the second one in from the squarish looking one there. It says, one of the stone slabs forming the wall of this chamber bears 2 pairs of legs in high relief, probably forming part of 2 obese figures. So, I'll show you that, and then show you that. You might just be able to see that. the end, if I remember. Stonehenge is quite tiny when you actually see it. It's not as big as what you think it is. This is quite amazing. Unlike Stonehenge, I think you get the opportunity for us to walk through the middle. So I think that if you look there's the stone with the hole in it, so I'm wondering if that's got something to do with the one that it showed in the video where the light was streaming through.
Oh, it did, yeah.
Wow, that's a big slab. It says a feature unique in Hagar Quinn temples is this external niche with a 2 metre high central pillar. Besides this niche is the so-called oracle hole connecting it to the internal chamber, so that must be the oracle hole. Wow. They've estimated that stone to weigh about 20 tonnes. So one of the largest single blocks found in any temple on the Maltese Islands. It's 6.4 metres long and estimated to weigh close to 20 tonnes. The upright megalith to the right is 5.2 metres in height.
That's that one.
Yeah, it would have required a great deal of organisation and a considerable working force to erect these features in place. Wow. There's an explanation here of it says the remains are not as well preserved as the other two temples. In one of the chambers are a number of rounded stones which may have originally been used for rollers moving megaliths. I don't see them stones. No. Never mind. So this is all part of one of the temples as well, but not quite as well preserved. But this is just absolutely fantastic. We'll take a walk through. It's absolutely amazing. Not what I expected at all. So it says the internal chambers, also known as apes, are screened off from the paved central court by thin slabs. Access is limited to porthole entrance stone slabs that have been pierced with rectangular apertures forming small doorways. That's these, look, so it's a strange doorway. No, these are decorated. And the doorways are amazing. There's two examples of prehistoric sculpture were found in the first chamber. A stone slab with a pair of opposed spirals and a freestanding altar to be potted plants or tree carved in relief. Yeah, look at the doorways though. Not seen anything like that before.
No.
There's a collection of 4 statues depicting obese figures were found below some steps during the restoration in 1949. So they were found here somewhere. I think the steps are just round the corner there. And they're the figurines. that we saw in the thing. There's the apertures. So remains of a roof can be found inside the chambers. The horizontal courses above the upright slabs protrude over the ones beneath. These courses are the remains of the base of a corbelled roof, the type of construction that may have originally been used to roof over parts of the temple. So it kind of comes in to create a kind of a dome sort of shapes. You just keep building them in all the time. So there's the apertures that we're talking about. Absolutely stunning. Stunning. I mean, there are some other things, but there's nothing kept anything like the one that we've just been looking at. That's just amazing. Truly, truly amazing. Okay, we're walking our way down now to the second one of the temples. Can't remember what this one's called though.
Can't say it though.
Let's have a look.
It's called.
Oh, I've got it there. Njadra Temples. Njadra Temples. That's what we're coming down to have a look at now. Not really sure what that's about. Look out, I think.
That's what we're after.
At the start of the Heritage Trail. I'm not really sure. Okay, we're down at the second of the temples. Yeah, it looks bigger. I think it's I think we'll go up here first because there's less people up here. I'll have a read of this. So it's there you go. So it says the most extensive restoration of the Njadra temples was carried out in 1952 to 54. During this work, some sections of the external walls were rebuilt using small square blocks. The original sections of these walls show that they were constructed in header and stretcher arrangements where megaliths were set alternately face out and edge out. Apparently a fair bit of this has been reconstructed. Wow. Oh, sorry. What an amazing sight. It's just unbelievable. Look at that. Carved into there. Says the architecture of this temple is very simple one compared to the South Temple. Portal slab. which leads to a small chamber built within the thickness of the temple wall. So it's like that doorway again. I think some of that's been put there to help support it, hold it up. Yeah, right there, trying to protect it and help support it, I suppose. Fantastic structure. Amazing. The one thing I do know is that this rock is, when you walk on it when it's wet, it is super slippy. It says, the temple is approached across a platform. Its entrance is the largest portal slab. The stone slab pierced the rectangular aperture. So I think that's there. Was constructed to form a level base for the building, since it was constructed on a natural slope. So they actually built that up to make it square. And I've never given that a thought. The south temple is perfectly aligned with the rising sun at the equinox, 20th, 21st of March and 22nd, 23rd of September. On these days, the sun rises in line with the main axis of this temple. During the solstice, 21st of June, 21st, 22nd December, the sun rises in line with the corners of the door jambs, so that only a narrow beam of light enters the temple. So, that must be through there. That's amazing, isn't it? I'll tell you what's strange, Christine. When we have a look at anything that's old, ancient, doorways are always really low.
Yeah.
And these aren't. I can walk through these without bending down. So the internal wall slopes inwards to narrow the span, which was originally covered by a roof. Each of the upper horizontal courses in these chambers overhangs the one below, indicating that a corbelled roof was originally used to cover parts of the temple. So it's tilting in again, look. Unlike Hagar, Quinn, the outer walls and Banjara temples are constructed in the hard coralline limestone, while the softer Glaberinia limestone is used inside the temple to allow a higher finish and carved decoration. So look, how saturated the sand is. All the sand, this is.
Weird, isn't it?
Yeah. Amazing. Truly is a quite an amazing sight. and the views out to sea is pretty spectacular too. I was looking earlier about with the sun, and when the sun shines in, and if you look at the picture there, that would be here. There's a monument over here. We're going to take a little bit of a look at that, see what that's all about. We're not really sure. Personally, I think it's to commemorate, I don't know, maybe a ship or something that's got either sank on the rocks or something like that, but we won't know till we get there. Thought at all. It says, sacred to the memory of His Excellency Sir Walter Norris Congreve, Governor of Malta, buried at sea on the 4th of March 1927 between this spot and Filfla Island. So that's what that must be called then, Filfla Island. So it is absolutely stunning. It's beautiful. Videoing you. This is what I have to put up with when you're walking with Christine. This is what she does all the time. Try to make it look like I'm not with her. Oh dear. We're up on the top now. We're near a place called Dingle Cliffs. So there's an observatory there. And what's that? It's a little cafe. So but, quite stunning views. So we're about, I don't know, 5 miles up the coast from where we've been before. We've not done any filming of driving on the roads because I've got nowhere to put my phone for directions, so Christine has to hold that and give me some directions from it, and I think it'd be a bit much to do that as well as film at the same time. Some of the roads are yeah leave a bit to be desired. Anyway, there's another pillbox here. Wouldn't want to go down there, would you? No. Yeah, some of the views are really quite stunning. Very steep to get down to that bit of farmland. Very, very steep. You're walking a bit further. So this is like Dingle Cliffs. Dingley Cliffs.
Yeah.
Been a gorgeous day though. Really nice. Makes a nice change to not have the wind. Nicest day we've had so far. That's the the western side of the island, and if you look over there, you can see part of the eastern side of the island.
That's how big it is, huh?
Yeah, that's kind of how big it is. I mean, we are on a narrower part of Malta, but it's interesting that you can see both sides. There's another one of these like lookout posts here. Looks like we can get up and have a look, so it'd be rude not to. Oh, you can't. The doors are locked, so only lets us get up as far as here. Just beautiful, absolutely stunning. Apparently there's been a church on this location since about the 15th century, but in the true tradition of Maltese churches, it's shut. Stunning, been a glorious day today. Glorious. This is probably the only bit of video you're going to get of us driving, because this is the end bit down to the car park where we're going. So plus we thought it was a fantastic thing. Plus the road's quite wide, which is novel. Even this bit is wide. I'm presuming it'll go around there.
Hang on. Yeah.
Donuts. The view is absolutely amazing.
In 200 meters, you will arrive at your destination.
Yeah.
You have arrived.
We've arrived. We're going to see if we can find this. It's something called Blatter Tal Melch, which I'm not really sure what it is, but Christine doesn't seem to think that we'll be able to see it anyway, but we're going to try. I'm not personally sure exactly what it is anyway. Well, it's allegedly, if we follow this path, it takes us to what we're looking for. It's not what you class as a touristy area. Christine says it's not going to be there because the tide's in, but the tide is very small. It doesn't come in and out that much from what I've noticed. I mean, it's a very small amount. I'll have to wait here because Christine won't be able to get down. There you go, she just fell then against me. Yeah. So anyway, we'll have a little.
That's a good walk.
Yes, it's a nice walk. It's a fantastic view of I think that over there is Gozo.
Is it?
I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's Gozo. Anyway, need to concentrate on where I'm walking. Is it not? As far as I could tell, that would be it. There's like a rounded piece that's in front of us down there, and there is somebody over there, however not prepared to walk down here, because it would be a proper struggle to get back up again. So I think we're going to give it a miss and put it down to, actually, that is one fantastic view, beautiful view. Yeah, absolutely stunning.
That's helpful.
Been a really good day today, really enjoyed it.